Hello everyone, and welcome back to the 2018 Granny Square Crochet Along. Today we are making this really cute Tree of Life square. I apologise for that noise out there. I've got to have the windows and doors open because it's so warm here, and my neighbour has just decided to start doing some work, so hopefully you'll be able to hear me though. So today we're making this really cute Tree of Life square. So we've got this Tree of Life motif in the middle, and then we're going to square it off afterwards. Today is Earth Day, across the world. Earth Day, all a day of promoting environmental issues and you know, being kind to the planet and everything, and saving our trees. So let's see what we need. We need two colours. Obviously you could do it in one colour, or you could do it in more than two colours, and you just need your hook and scissors. There's not much more to it today. It's quite a nice simple square to make up. So grab your things and let's get started. Okay, so to start our Tree of Life, I'm going to do a green tree. Also, I'm aware that the colour on this might be slightly strange. I have pulled the curtain across for the sun, and it's a red curtain, so it kind of gives a funny shade, but hopefully it's still bright enough and you can see. I have got the camera light on, so hopefully it should all be good. We'll see how we go. So to start with, you need to do, as usual, your chain of 5 and a slip stitch and make a ring, or you can use the magic ring. It is kind of designed to have this hole in the middle. It's all that is part of the design, so you might want to do the chain of 5 and slip stitch instead of magic ring for that one. Okay, so then when you've got your ring, I've already done this first round. When you've got your ring, you need to chain 1 and then do 10 single crochets into your ring, and that's your first round. So pause the video and do your ring and your chain 1 and 10 single crochets, and then we'll move on to round 2. Okay, so once you've joined with a slip stitch into your first single crochet, you are going to ignore that first stitch, and then you're going to do a single crochet into your next stitch. You're not going to chain 1 or anything on this one. You're just going to go straight into your next stitch and do a single crochet, and then you are going to chain 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you're going to do a single crochet in the next stitch. Nice and simple. Chain 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and single crochet in the next stitch. And you're going to repeat this all the way around, doing chain 7 and a single crochet all the way around, and then when you come back around here, I'm going to finish off with you around here because we need to do the ending slightly different. So do this, chain 7 and single crochet until you have 7 loops. So you need 7 of these chain 7 loops, and then we'll finish off together. So when you have your 7 loops, 7 chain 7 loops, you are going to do a slip stitch into your next stitch, slip stitch into there, and then into your next stitch, well, you're going to do a chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then into your next stitch, your last one here, you're going to do a treble crochet, and this chain 3 and treble crochet will count as your last chain 7 loop, because normally a treble crochet would be worth 4 chains, so we've got that plus the 3 chains, and that counts as our last chain 7. So that is your round 2 completed. Okay, so to start round 3, we're going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you're going to do a double crochet in the top of this loop that we've just made here. So do a double crochet there, and this makes the bottom of your tree trunk, okay? And then you're going to chain 7, 5, 6, 7, and you're going to do a V-stitch into the next loop. The V-stitch is a double crochet. You find double crochets are always tricky after you've just done a big chain. So double crochet, chain 2, and a double crochet, and that is your V-stitch. You can see your V-stitch there, and then all the way around you're going to do a chain 2 and then a V-stitch in your next loop, your next big chain 7 loop. You're going to do a V-stitch, double crochet, chain 2, and a double crochet, chain 2, V-stitch into the next. And you're going to do this all the way around, doing a V-stitch and a chain 7 until you get back round near to your starting loop. So if you do this all the way around here, and do your last V-stitch in this loop here, and then we'll finish off together. So when you've done all of your loops with your V-stitches all the way around, I'm upside down here, then do a chain 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and do a slip stitch into your third chain of this chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, and that will leave 2 chains at the bottom. So a bit like your V-stitch really. There we go. So if I turn this around, you can see now your tree is forming really nicely. You've got all these loops going on, and then you've got your tree trunk here, which is again a bit like one of these loops here. So that's round 3. Time for round 4. Okay, so round 4 is really simple. It's single crochets the whole round. You're going to start by a chain 1 and then 3 single crochets in this first chain 2 space. 2, 3 single crochets, and then you're going to do 9 single crochets in this 7 chain space. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, move them down a little bit if you need to, 8 and 9. So 9 in there, and then you're going to do 3 in each of these chain 2 spaces. You've got 2, 2, 2, 2. All the way around you're going to do 3 single crochets into those. 2, 3. Now I'm not going to do this because this would be very boring, so you're going to do all the way around 3 single crochets in each of these chain 2. So remember, you've got the ones here in the middle, and then the spaces, and then where you've got your V-stitch, and then the space. So all the way around in each space 3 single crochets, and then when you get back around here, you've got a chain 7 here, just like we had here. We've got one here. You need to do 9 on there, okay? And I'll see you back around here when you've done your last 9. And when you've done all of your single crochets, you are going to do a slip stitch into your first single crochet, not the chain, but the first single crochet. And that is the end of round 4. So you've got your tree forming really nicely here. So we are going to do one more round of our tree colour. Okay, oh, my camera's gone a bit blurry. What's going on there? Is it going to focus? Focus, focus. Okay. If all else fails, just stop it and start again. Okay, so we're now not blurry. So what we're going to do for round 5 is we are going to chain 1 and then you are going to do a single crochet in every single stitch, and you should have 60 stitches by the end of that. So one single crochet in every stitch around, and that should be 60 single crochets. Okay, 60 stitches later, here we go. So just find your first single crochet and do a slip stitch into there. And then I do believe it is time to fasten off this colour. So here's our Tree of Life motif completed. How cute is that? I love it, love it. But my tension must have been tighter because it's a little bit smaller than the previous one, but that's okay. So fasten off, and if you want to, and then grab your border colour. And I bet you can't guess what colour I'm going to do. It's still April, so yes, I'm going to grab my blue, blue for Autism Awareness Month. While I'm just doing my slip knot and getting ready, I did also discover that it is Stress Awareness Month too, so what better than crochet for stress. It's been proven that crochet and knitting can help lower stress and depression, and also thinking about trees, a bit of tree hugging, you know, help with that stress. Let's all go and look at some trees and do some tree hugging. If it works and helps, then I'm all for it. Haven't tried it myself, but let me know if you've tried tree hugging. Does it work? Is it helpful? Okay, let's stop waffling and go on to round 6. So this is where we're going to start squaring off, and it's going to be done very similarly to how we've done some squares recently. So go back, if you're joining your colour, go back in where you've done your slip stitch and join your colour with a slip stitch. If you are not changing colour, then just hold on one moment and we're going to get started. So you are going to do in this space a chain 1 and then a single crochet, and then you're going to do a single crochet in the next 2 stitches. 1, 2. And then you're going to do a half double crochet in the next 2. 1, 2. And then a, oops, we've snagged the yarn split there. There we go. I'm sure you've all encountered something like that before. So that was a half double crochet, I do believe. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. There we go. Okay, now we're going to do 2 double crochets. The next 2 stitches, the 1, 2 double crochets, and then we're going to do a treble crochet in the next 2. So 1 and 2. And then we are going to, sorry, I was got a bit of a tangle. We're going to do a chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and a treble into the next 2 stitches. So this will be our first corner. Stop my computer from turning off there, or I won't have the pattern. So 2 trebles. What would I do without the pattern? This is not a square that I've memorized. Okay, so you can see now this is going to be your first corner. Then we are going to do 2 double crochet. 1, 2 double crochet, 2 half double crochet, 1, 2, 3 single crochet, 1, 2, and 3 single crochet, 2 half double crochet. So this is when we go back up in size. 2 half double crochet, 2 double crochet, 2 treble crochet, so we're getting to our corner now, and chain 3. And then you're going to repeat this all the way around, so you should have 15 stitches down each side. We had 60 stitches, so 60 divided by 4, 15, so 15 stitches on each side, and obviously your corner chain 3. So follow this around. If you need to rewind, just rewind 2 or 3 minutes and follow this back around. Basically it is just your chain 3, then 2 trebles, 2 doubles, 2 trebles, 2 doubles, 2 half, 3 single, and then back up again, 2 half, 2 double, 2 treble, all the way around, and I'll see you back around here. So when you have done all 4 sides and you got back round to here, you would have finished with a half double crochet. Just make sure your tail is at the back of your previous colour, and then do a slip stitch into your first single crochet, and that is that round completed. Okay, now we should have just one final round to go, and that last round is this edging, which is known as the reverse single crochet, or also known as the crab stitch, because we're sort of although we usually crochet to the side, we are sort of going, you know, dum 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 along to the side, doing our single crochets. And it's really strange, these are single crochets but just going in the opposite direction. If you've never done this stitch before, it does seem very strange to do to start with, but it does come good, and it looks really pretty. It's like this sort of rope effect, really nice effect. But I have crocheted, I think I've crocheted a bit tighter on this square today than on my practice square. So my square is not going to be big enough with just this outer edge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just quickly now, I'm going to go around and do another row around in every stitch of single crochet. So if you notice that your square is nowhere near the size you need, it should be, I think I'm just probably, with all the noise and the heat, I'm probably just crocheting really tightly today. So I'm just going to put a round of single crochets, and I'm going to do one single crochet in every stitch because it is square now. One single crochet in every stitch, and I'm going to do 3 single crochets in my corner. Okay, and then I will meet you back to do to show you how to do this stitch here. So if your square is almost at the size you need and you just need to do your outer edge, then just hold on 1 second. But if you need to make it a little bit bigger, then you could do the same as me, and now just start and do a row of single crochet all the way around. Okay, so I'll see you back in just a sec. Okay, so you can see now that I've just done this extra single crochet round. It just has brought it up nicely. So with this border now, it should be a nice 6 inches, or, you know, on my regular size. So time for our border. So if you want to do this in a different color, by all means, just, you know, fasten off and do a slip stitch into your space there for your color. Now, like I said, if you've never done reverse single crochet or crab stitch before, it can seem a bit weird to start with, but just go with it, take your time, and it will come good. So first of all, you're going to do a chain 1, and what you're going to do is a single crochet in every stitch and 5 in each corner. That's the original instructions. So if you've not done this extra round like I have, you'll be doing 5 single crochets into your corner chain, okay? But because I've already done 3 here for my single crochet round, I'm going to do 3 into my middle stitch, but I will talk you through that, okay? We'll do the corner when we get to it together. So you've got your chain of 1, and now you're going to be working the opposite way to what you've worked previously. So we're going to be working this way around, We were previously working this way around, so we were going anti-clockwise for a right-hander, anti-clockwise. So we're now going to go clockwise around. So if you're left-handed, it will be the opposite. You'll now be going anti-clockwise around. Okay, so 1 single crochet in every stitch. Now what you want to do is your chain, and then just sort of pull this to the side, pop your hook into that next stitch. Now I said this is going to seem a bit weird. Once you've started a few, you can always do your hook this way and then go through like so. Okay, so you're under that stitch, and then you're going to do your yarn over, which will be a bit backwards, yarn over and pull through. So you've got your 2 loops there, and then pull through. Now I know that seems a bit strange and weird if you've not done it before, so the easiest way probably is to just use your hook and go under the next stitch, through and twist, and then you've got your stitch and your original loop. Do your yarn over and pull through. I did that yarn over a bit wrong there. There we go. Make sure you've only got 2 loops on there, and then pull through. Okay, and then go into your next stitch. Don't do these too tightly. You need to, if you do them too tightly, it will really bunch up. So put your hook through, and then instead of doing your normal yarn over like this, which is what I did last time, and I had too many loops, just instead of doing that, just put your hook over and just pull that through like so. Okay, and then yarn over and pull through. Now it will seem like this very last stitch you've done, it will seem like it's kind of in mid-air, it's a bit sort of up there and not down here, but they do fix themselves when you've done the next stitch. So next stitch, pop your hook in there, front to back, pop it through, yarn over, pull through, and stitch. So that last one there is now down, with this sort of diagonal rope effect, and then this next one we've just done is sort of in the air. So hook it through, twist round like so, just pull that yarn through, and then through like so. And it's this twisting effect that gives us that rope, gives us that nice twisted rope, because you're twisting your stitch as you go. So this is the last one before my corner, so do that last one. And now if you have got just your chain, you haven't done an extra round like me, then go ahead and do 5 of these stitches in your chain space. So 5 of these reverse stitches in your chain space. If like me you've done a row of single crochets and you've got 3 here, then do your next stitch in this first one. Now this is not in the pattern, so don't look for it in the pattern, it won't be there. This is just me because mine wasn't up to size, and I just thought, how can I help you guys who might not have theirs up to size either? So then in your second one, which is your middle stitch, do 1, 2, 2 and 3. It's going to be a bit tight, but just do 3 in that middle stitch. Okay, and then 1 in your last stitch. There we go. That's your corner done. So you've either got 5 in your chain space, or you've got 1, then 3, and then 1. Okay, and then you're going to just follow this all the way around. 1 crab stitch or reverse single crochet in every stitch. Now I do find this the easiest way of putting your hook in from front to back like so. Okay, and it does, you can see these stitches twisting, and it just makes a really nice effect all the way around. So follow this all the way around and you will end up with this really nice rope effect. And when you come back around here, I will help you with fastening off. Okay, when you've done your last stitch, turn your work over because it will be easier to do your slip stitch from this side, and then find your first single crochet, which I don't know if you can see, I've got 2 strands here, which is my first one. Now it's not going to be easy to get the hook under there, so just wiggle it under, use a smaller hook if you need to. Just get those 2 bars on there and bring your yarn around and do your slip stitch to join. I know it's a bit tricky, but just bear with it. I think I've got a yarn caught somewhere. Bear with it, pull it through, and then you can fasten off your work. Now I have to confess that I've made a bit of a boo-boo in that we were supposed to do that single crochet round. I think I've got an extra stitch there. I've got a bit of a bump there, so I've done that a bit wrong. Hopefully you won't have a bump there. You won't have done an extra stitch. I don't know how that's happened. Like I said, I think it might be the heat, the noise, and I think I'm just not having such a great day today. Oh my gosh. We'll ignore that bump. Let's just put my hand on there. Okay, so the single crochet round that I did was actually a round of the pattern, which somehow I overlooked when I was telling you to move on. So I'm just going to tell you about that round. So we did our squaring off round, and then I did a round of single crochet, and I would imagine that most of you did as well, because it would have been too small otherwise. And it was exactly as I said with doing your corners and things. The only difference is that when we come to do this crab stitch round, the reverse single crochet, is in doing that round, what you were supposed to do in the corners was a crab stitch, a chain, and then a crab stitch, and then a chain, rather than 3 in the same stitch. But the end result is just that you get your corner, and if you've done it the way I said, with 3 in each stitch, then that's absolutely fine. You will have your corners. So yes, I have gone slightly off pattern. So if you're following the video and the pattern together, then I do apologise for that. But if you followed the video and done it as I've done it, then you should have what I consider to be a very pretty cute square, and hopefully not this bobble here. I think I'm going to have to undo this round and correct this or do something. So ignoring this bobble, this is a really pretty cute square for Earth Day. Yeah, love it. Tree of Life, beautiful. So if you found this useful, then please give us a like, click that thumbs up button, and if you haven't already, then hit the subscribe, and details of the group where you can find the written pattern and chart, and you can upload your photos and all the rest of that, the links in the description below. And until next time, just keep hooking and don't let your tea get cold. I'm going to go and have a cup of tea now. Till next time.